Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. Yes, we are back with another episode of Time for BL. As you can see, this is a special episode. We are bored housewives watching BL trailers. I want to introduce you to my friend Wilde. Wilde, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm existing. So Wilde and I both are BL watchers. Now the only BL we've watched together was Lovesick, and that was years ago. I was over at our house and I started playing this show and we both sat down and just watched it. But that was not your first BL, correct?
No, that wasn't my first one. I can't remember the name of my first one, but no, it wasn't my first. Definitely won't be my last.
Was it your first Thai BL at least?
Yes.
So I introduced her to the world of Thai BL. There we go. So today we're going to be watching some BL trailers. Now, we did try to record this episode before. We had a few issues and hiccups. So we're basically re-recording this whole episode. So we've already watched all these trailers. But we still, of course, want to talk about them because I had a lot of fun with them. And I was especially surprised with this first one we're about to watch called Summer Days. Now, Wilde, when we put this on, what was your first thought when you saw like the opening of the trailer and everything?
The first thought I had was, how come I know these faces? That was my first thought. And then it was, is this going to be anything like Heartstopper? Or not Heartstopper.
Not Heartstopper. This looks nothing like Heartstopper.
What is the... there's another one my oldest and I were watching. But I was obsessed with this little character right here. I wanted to know more about their story in a heartbeat.
Yes. So with Summer Days, when I was watching the trailer, I saw that the trailer was in English. Honestly, I automatically first assumed that it was a Filipino, show. Because it just made sense. I was like, I don't hear Tagalog. I'm sorry for butchering that. But I'm like, it's in English, so it must be a show from the Philippines. And then looked it up, and it turns out it's from Singapore.
When you told me it was from Singapore, I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But
I'm still like, how I didn't know Singapore made Y series or BL series, because I know when certain in Thailand they have like shows after the TV show comes out where they do concerts and stuff, and apparently in Singapore one of them went there and it was like rated 25 plus. So I was like, they would never have a Y show coming out of Singapore. Now, this series isn't actually out as yet. And we see that this trailer is actually a crowdfunding trailer. They are still not at their goal. And it came out October 4th, 2021. This girl, the second she enters.
The second she entered, I was like, yes! Like, I can't wait. This has to be a thing. This needs to be finished.
Yes, I hope they hit their goals with the crowdfunding and are able to put this show out, because I do believe that this show will do very well. The trailer is very entertaining. Only issue I have, like I said before, is the fact that it starts out with like him being rumored to be homophobic, and that's like a whole thing. And I'm like, are they really going to be like, the homophobic guy was gay all along? Like,
it was just him being afraid to step out of the closet. Like that trope.
Oh my God, it's so cute. It's not cute. It really isn't cute. But the trailer, everything just looks so bright and beautiful, and the acting looks really good that I really want to watch this show. I really hope this show does get to premiere. I think it'll be amazing.
I think it would be great. You can already see the chemistry between the main characters, And even the supporting characters, they have great chemistry on screen just in the trailer. So to see that developed more in the series would be amazing.
Yeah. So we were doing a thing where it's like, it's a 10, but. So it's a 10, but.
It's a 10, but I need it to come on. Like, finish it. Let's go.
So that makes it a 7.
Yeah, it does.
So it's a 7. All right. So the next trailer that we're actually going to be watching is My Love Mix-Up. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this one, I showed you this one, is because you said you were a fan of Heartstopper. And I was like, okay, if you like Heartstopper, you're going to love this one. Yeah. So My Love Mix-Up is a Japanese manga turned into a TV show that's available on Rakuten Viki right now for free.
Sweet.
And yes, there's Ida-kun. So I was explaining it to you, like he sees it says Ida Heart. So do you know the whole thing of you write your crush's name on an eraser, and when you finish using the eraser, when it's completely gone, they'll fall in love with you?
I had heard of that, but I had forgotten about it until you were telling me about it last night, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, there we go.
Exactly. So
this entire trailer just has me going, aww, the whole time.
Cute. It's so cute. I love like the changes they made through the manga to the show, because they're very subtle changes. It's not huge changes at all. They just rearranged where some of the chapters fell, changed a couple of the characters, and made like gave the one main teacher throughout to be like the adult arc of the series, and he takes on a lot of different roles that were for different characters within the manga. And I love that they did that with him, because it gave like even the teacher himself more depth and everything, and gave him a bigger role in the story. And also I love these two.
I was so heartbroken with how short this trailer was. The first time I watched it, I was like, but wait, backstory, wait, how are all these three? I really wanted so much more. So you explaining it to me, I was like, yes, okay, now I am fully committed to the storyline.
Yes, it's a really cute storyline. The manga is amazing. The show is amazing. The manga is ongoing.
Oh, see, that's amazing.
Yes, I recommend it. And what's great is, I don't know about later chapters. I don't know if anything changes or develops in later chapters, but I know for the first 3 mangas, you and your daughter can watch it, because I know she likes Heartstopper a lot. So this, I think, is going to be like, yeah. She can read it, she can watch it, she will love it. I do believe she will love this.
Good.
All right, we are breezing through these.
It's because yesterday we sat there going, but wait, why?
It's a 10, but...
It's a 10, but, well, no, it's a 9. I mean, after you explained it to me yesterday it was a 10, but what? But after you explained it to, it's a 9.
So it's a 9. All right, for me, it's a 10 and no buts. It's the sweetest story ever, and it's so innocent and pure. And the fact that to get really innocent, pure storylines in the BL universe right now can sometimes be very hard, because everybody wants to do the spicy storyline and really like make it edgy and all this stuff. So to get something that's so pure and so sweet like Heartstopper and My Love Mix-Up is just like, oh, finally.
It took my daughter probably a month to convince me to watch Heartstopper. And when we finally sat down, I was like, fine, I'll watch it, just stop. And then I was like, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. I need more.
Like I said, I've watched it in multiple languages at this point, just to feel like I'm watching a different show. Like, let me just change the language.
She read the whole series, and she's telling me about giving me spoilers, because I need emotional.
Oh, yeah. I read the series too, and I got a lot farther. And because I read the series, I went back and watched the show. I was like, oh my gosh, I see it now. Oh my gosh. And
yeah, she had to give me those emotional spoilers for what's coming, because I am one of those people that get really addicted to the characters and then I sob over them. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that. Those heads up.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go from My Love Mix-Up, the sweetest, cutest little story, to a show that after I showed you the trailer for, we watched the first episode last night.
Yes.
Did you enjoy the first episode?
I did enjoy the first episode. I wanted to keep watching, but my youngest was awake, so I couldn't.
So, what we're talking about, I was like, all right, I gave you something innocent and cute. Now let's talk Kin Porsche, the series.
The spicy.
That's spicy. Oh my gosh. All right, so I already told you.
The very first 10 minutes of the episode, I'm like, what? No. Holy crap. Like the very, boom, instant.
I need to show you the actors watching the episodes. There's like, yeah, they have the videos of the actors reacting to the episodes and like how they'll talk about the episodes and stuff like that. But what's funny, you remember the pool scene in the trailer? When that scene came up, they actually had Mile and Apple, the two actors, reacting to it. And Mile is like covering his face and Apple is just like, yeah, so when we filmed this scene, I was just like, this is so entertaining.
Oh my gosh, like seeing the trailer really pulled me into the story. I wanted to see more of the story, but the trailer's really misleading to how it plays out in the first episode.
Yes.
So the way it happens in the first episode really is like, holy crap, what? It makes you want to watch the whole thing in one sitting.
Yes, and that's very hard to do. It's 14 episodes.
I can sit for 14 hours.
I mean, I used to be able to do that.
Right.
And then like one of the things I love about this, I was telling you last night, the actors fought for this show because they knew that they had something on their hands. Like, and you can tell watching the show that everyone was dedicated to it and they put that hard work in on set. Like,
I mean, watching the first episode and seeing the trailer, I can see that the first episode really set both of these characters up for such a huge character development arc, which from a thespian point of view and a writer's point of view, that's genius.
yes.
Like, and the production for the first episode, the quality, the way that on all aspects, the trailer was amazing, and the first episode definitely did not let me down.
Yeah, I feel that way definitely about it because there's a lot of scenes that I kept having to pause and go back and just watch. I wasn't even watching the scene, I was watching the filmmaking of the scene.
Yes.
Like I told you about the scene where we find out what happened to their parents. All you see is, here's the house. Look at this room. Here's a picture. They're pictures in black and white. And it's like... I mean, just that.
The tiny details, they make so much difference.
Yeah, and you don't have to go into this big like explanation. Like what they perfected is the showing, not telling. Because so many shows now, they just tell you. They straight up just went, no, we're gonna show you, and you're just gonna have to absorb everything. Like I don't want to give you a spoiler, but there was a scene that happened that when it happened, I was like, oh. He cheating. And I can't tell you about it. Like it's like one of those scenes that when it comes, you will see it too, and you'll be like, hold on. Because trust me, when I saw it, I had to back up a bit because it was such a subtle thing. It was just so subtle, and it's something that if you read the books, apparently you know about it and you know exactly what's going on. I didn't read the book. I tried to read the book. I'm not gonna read the books. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I decided to read just one chapter just to see, all right, what is this like? And I decided, let me go for a spicy chapter, because if I can get through the spicy chapter, I can get through the rest of the book. I couldn't get through the spicy chapter.
Oh no.
It was horrible. Like I couldn't do it. And it was a scene that when I was watching the show, I was like, oh my gosh, don't do that. And then I was reading the book, I was like, oh, it's actually worse. The show actually fixed this and made it better.
And that is very rare for a from book to film. So bravo.
Yeah,
to to everybody. Bravo.
Yeah. Actually found a show that's better than the book.
Right?
Okay, so I gave my it's a 10, but so yesterday when we were talking about it, I was like, it's a 10, but date rape drugs.
Yeah, and I definitely love that heads up for later on because I need those emotional support spoilers. ESS, I need those. But yeah, it's a 10 after the first episode. It's a 10. I think yesterday it was a 10, but what's up with that whole spinning while shooting at each other thing? Because that's amazingly hot.
Yes!
Right? Like, I think everybody wants somebody to be in the arms of their lover while spinning.
No. That scene, them hugging and spinning, that's not even the biggest part of the scene.
Right.
That's not even it. Oh, as we watch the show, you will see.
Okay, good.
Because that's actually minor compared to everything else.
See, it was so, like, it was, again, that subtle steamy, which is really hard to nail.
They did a great job with this show. So, yes, we are currently watching Kin Porsche. I'm introducing her to Kin Porsche.
Yes.
And we're currently watching it. And I also showed you the older trailer.
Yeah.
And they changed a lot from that trailer, as you could see.
Yes. And I think the changes definitely stepped it up a notch.
Definitely. All right. So the next one we're watching is Unforgotten Night. All right, hold on. Let me pause. So I explained this to you. Like,
this whole 40-second trailer. Like, what? I mean...
So this trailer came out June 15th, as you can see. All right. Now, Kin Porsche came out in April. It aired in April.
It's, let me jump on these coattails. Here's a 40-second. Whee! Yeah.
Yeah. So, I already explained to you that Kin Porsche has changed the game this year. Everyone has already decided Kin Porsche is going to be the best BL to come out this year. And we're waiting for a lot more. We're waiting for Moonlight Chicken and a bunch of other shows that are going to come out later, that's supposed to come out later this year. But right now, Kin Porsche, this is how much Kin Porsche has the top spot. A new show just came out called Love in the Air. The trailer dropped from when it finally came out. And there's a character in Love in the Air that everyone wants to star in Kin Porsche.
Oh my gosh. Great. Congratulations on your new show. Quit and go join this one.
And it's so funny because they were like, he would be perfect for this character from the books. The problem is the character from the books is a child.
Oh my gosh.
They're like, just age him up.
Just age him up. It's all right.
And
Creative license.
It's just so funny, like, reading everybody or watching all the videos, and I'm just like, stop it, give me more, more memes, more TikToks. I'm loving it. So yeah, that is what Kin Porsche has done for BL right now. They have elevated the game completely. So Unforgotten Night, like I explained to you, it's supposed to be about a mafia thing. And it's supposed to be spicy as well. But, like, you already watched it last night. It feels like a Kin Porsche ripoff. It doesn't...
does. It truly does.
Like, I would almost spoil the scene in Kin Porsche. I forgot that we're watching it together. But, yes, there's a scene in Kin Porsche, even this, and I'm like, did y'all watch that and then copy it? But I've never read Unforgotten Night if it is a book. So, I mean, all of this is probably... Oh, I think it is a book, actually. I think someone said it was a book. But yeah, that's Unforgotten Night.
Yeah, it's still... I think last night it's a 10, but I need a lot more. And after watching the other trailers and then the first episode... No.
It's a 3.
Yeah, I can't. Like, there's not even any... There's no substance to the trailer. So, what is the first episode? Like...
Zero clue. I don't know. And that's all the time I want to spend on Unforgotten Night, because I don't even think I'm going to watch it. It doesn't... Like, even there's a show out now called War of Why. I am slowly getting through the second episode of War of Why. I've been watching the second episode for 3 days now.
Oh gosh.
I can't do it. Like every time I play, I'm like 10 minutes. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I gotta walk away for a second here.
It's one of those hard ones.
It's a hard one. Like it was hard getting through the first episode. The first episode took me a whole day. Like, stop. All right, stop. The second episode is taking me multiple days, and I heard the third episode is supposed to be way better. So
Okay.
here's to
Is
that.
it just a slow plot line?
No,
Oh, it's that bad.
it's about a bunch of BL actors, and they're all basically each other's competition. But there is also some BL actors doing workshops together.
Oh, okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, some
You
of
know.
those type of workshops. The spicy.
They're going over the lines.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
You know, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, just come to my trailer and let's, learn these lines
Yeah.
together. That's basically it. But yeah, that's Unforgotten Night. Let's get to the next one. So you have heard of Semantic Error before. You knew Cherry Blossom. You read Cherry Blossom? I finished Cherry Blossom.
I only read the first one. I didn't read past the first one.
Read it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to add that to my growing pile.
Yeah, so now we're gonna watch the trailer for Semantic Error. We saw it last night as well. So you're interested in this. Actually, apparently, like, the third Semantic Error manual is supposed to be released soon.
Oh, okay.
So this one is ongoing. I think Cherry Blossom's finished.
Oh, that's sad. But you know what? At least that means that there's an end to that growing pile.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if it's ended or not. I say I've read it all, but I don't remember anything. I have to go back and read it again. But this one, Semantic Error, it's very cute. It's this kid has affected him graduating and going off to get his dream job and all that. And so he just wants to make his life a living hell for getting his grade affected. And honestly, I love these two.
I love their, just in this trailer, it's a shorter trailer, but I already love their back and forth. That irritating, almost big brother feel to it. I know that sounds really weird, but I love that picking on each other thing.
Junior.
Yes.
I love the height difference.
Yes, the height difference really does make it.
And then like the shorter, younger one is also very like defiant.
Yes, and very like, no. Yeah, I love it.
Which, let's compare it to Cherry Blossoms After Winter, because you've read that manga. That's like so different between Haebom and what's his name?
Oh.
Taewoo. I think it's Taewoo.
Yes.
So the difference between Haebom and Taewoo, yes, there's a height difference, but Haebom is just a sweet.
Oh, the sweetest. Like, you fall in love with his
Yes.
character.
Oh my gosh. He's just so sweet. And in the show, he's really sweet as well. I'm like, man, he is too sweet for life.
You just want to protect the baby.
And then you have Taewoo, who is has a very tough exterior, but he's actually a really nice guy. Versus these two, where there's a height difference as well, and the short one is just very defiant and very
Headstrong.
very stubborn, and he's not afraid to stand up for himself, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's like a huge difference. But it's still like, it's like the height difference makes it so much cuter.
It does, and I don't know what it is. Anytime I'm
know.
watching shows, any kind of K-drama, if there is that gigantic height difference, any drama really, I'm like, aw, I don't.
You remember Sister when Roger had the date with the girl who was
Yes.
taller, and he's like
Yes.
worried about it? I was just like, oh.
Aw, yeah.
It just doesn't matter who's the shorter one. It's just if it's the height difference, it's so cute. Yeah, so this one I know is definitely on your watch list.
It is.
So it's a 10.
It's a 10, and let's go. It's
That's
a
it?
10. Yeah, it's a 10.
There's no but. It's a 10.
No, but it's 10. Let's go.
All right. Okay, so the last one on our list. So this one, when Heartstopper came out, a lot of people were comparing this show to Heartstopper, and it was like, if you like Heartstopper, you will like Bad Buddy the series. Now, Bad Buddy the series, like I said, I read the book. I purchased that book. I was like, I need to find the English translation, and I purchased it. I read the entire thing. The show was gone for a week, and I read the book, and I reviewed the book for that week when the show wasn't available to review. And I love the show. I've watched it multiple times now. So Bad Buddy the series. Let's have the trailer play again. Now, I know one of the lines you liked was when they called it the BL version of Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. And I think my absolute favorite line is, "Did you wash your hands?" Like, that is it's still stuck in my head. Out of all of the trailers that we watched yesterday, this is the series that I am the most excited to watch. It's just like, this is hilarious. Let's have a fight over whose garbage can is going to be. I love it. It really is very Heartstopper. I love it.
Yes. I love the enemies to lovers. I love a lot of the actors in this. So I told you I'm a huge fan. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I told you that I'm a huge fan of the actor who plays Pat. I'm also a huge fan of Drake, who plays Pat's best friend. And I became a huge fan of Jimmy, the guy down in the front with the other guy. He's now in a show called Vice Versa. And that I watched it. I was like, Jimmy, he felt like one of the main characters of this show instead of a supporting character. And now seeing him in a main character role, I'm like, yes. Exactly. He needs to be a main.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes. I love, like, what won me over.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. I'm sorry.
What won me over with this show was them, like, fighting. I was like, move right. I was like, I have to watch the show. This looks like it's gonna be the funniest thing ever, and it is. It's so cute. The actors are so wonderful. I love the interview where Nanon is like, "Oh, this is my first BL," and Am is just, "It's my fifth." I love him. He is just so adorable, and I love that I got to see the growth in his career, because he started with a show I believe was from the same writer as Lovesick or the same director as Lovesick. I don't even remember, and that's the only reason I watched that show, Make It Right. And the only one I wanted to watch when I watched that show, I was like, I don't care about the main character, tell me more about Frame and Book, which is his character Frame. And then anything else he was in, I would watch it. Like, even if it's just an episode, if I can't stand the show, I'm not gonna watch the show. But I'm like, that kid, he's gonna do something. And then now
this
he's doing stuff. Oh, I'm just so excited to, like, I'm just so glad he got so many main roles after that. And he's now signed to a bigger network, and he's doing his thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
So while watching this trailer, I see the mom of one of them and the father of the other, and I know you know the backstory between that, but like, I'm like, there's a story there. Like, the writer in me wants to see that story develop too. And I love the background props, like that gigantic smiley face nightlight. I need one of those in my life.
Yes, they have a lot of cute things that they did with that. Like, I can tell you this. There is a door mark thing that Pran hangs on his door. And what it is a smiley face, but when he turns it upside down, it's a frowning face. So, like, whenever his mood is, he'll, like, flip that thing around. And it's so, yes, it's so cute.
See, and that's why this one this one really does remind me a lot of Heartstopper. And it's something that I love. I'm one of those type of people, even when I'm watching English stuff, I read subtitles. So when I get to watch something that's different like this, that is so similar to something I've already seen, it's just kind of like that comfort, but also a great new story.
And I will say this to me as well is just like, you remember when I said with Kin Porsche, the show is better than the book? the show is better than the book, because when I said they changed the book, I was reading the book and I was confused. I was like, oh no, I purchased the wrong book. Because it has a different name and everything. Oh, wow. So I'm like, oh, I purchased the wrong book. No, I purchased the right book. So I'm like going back into it. I'm like, no, this is the right book. Why is it so different? And I'm like, yeah, the names are the same, and they changed so much, and I love the changes they made. There's a character that's not in the book called Ink, and they added her in the show. She's the one who was like, I thought you guys said you weren't supposed to be seen with each other. Loved the addition of her, because I love her storyline as well, and her yeah, I love her storyline. I can't tell you much because I know you're gonna watch it. And I am happy they changed a lot of stuff, different things about their relationship, and they actually changed a lot of stuff about the parents' relationship too. Like, the parents are still enemies. It's they still have businesses that are right by each other. And they're still each other's competitor, but like everything around that changed. Why? Played by Jimmy. There's a thing in the book with his character, and they changed that for the show, and I'm actually glad they changed that, because changing that also changed how him and Pat, who are enemies, become friends and all that stuff. Like, so the changes they made, for me, was just
good character.
Perfect. Yes, like the writers for the show really, even though they changed the age of the characters, in the book they're seniors in college getting ready to graduate. In the show they are freshmen then sophomore. Okay. So they changed that, and it works.
Right. It works. It gives them a chance to extend the series too.
Do I want? Well, yeah, there are side stories that they could cover and change up, because I don't want to spoil it. You know, I don't mind spoilers. Okay, so in the book, the parents come to accept the relationships, and it becomes a thing where they're fighting over who gets to spend time with both of them. So it's like, we're going on vacation, you guys come with us. We're, for the holidays, you need to spend time with us. Like that kind of thing, like fighting over who they do that with. I think the show, like, they don't even need to do a season 2, but just some special episodes and cover the growth with the relationship with the parents, especially with the way they ended the show with a relationship with the parents.
Okay. So that sets me up for a box of tissues. Okay.
Oh yeah, actually, you're probably gonna hate me for a little bit, but I promise, just power through.
Power through, okay.
Just power through.
I'll call you with stuffy nose and puffy eyes.
Why didn't you tell me? I just keep watching.
Just keep watching. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, but the way they ended everything, I was heartbroken for like 20 minutes.
Oh man, that means I'm gonna be down for like a whole day.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's so good. It's so good. All right, so it's a 10, but
it's a 10. I mean, I'm already invested in these characters. Like, you're already telling me you were heartbroken. I was like, I can't. I don't want to see any sadness for them. I want the happy face to stay a happy face and never go to a frowny face.
Let me think of it. It's a 10, but for it. Oh God, it's a 10, but what's with all the musical numbers?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
One of them is a musician, like a really talented musician. They both are actually really talented musicians, but one of them like really wants, like you can tell he really wants to keep doing it because he's really good at it, but his parents have said no. So he's like, he just does everything his parents say. Like, aww, there's a whole growth with that too. I'm sorry.
Oh man, like all the knives stuck in my heart.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's gonna be a great
series. It's gonna be so good, and I cannot wait.
But you're gonna be happy about it. So there you go.
Yeah, but for me, it was like there was so many musical numbers by the character that I was just like, I don't know these songs. Like, I can't wait to listen to these songs now that I know them. But in the moment, I'm just like...
Cute song, dude. Cute song.
Can we move on? Do we have to listen to the whole song? Can we just get like the first verse, the chorus, and you...
I just need the highlights of your song here.
Yeah, because like, think of like musical numbers in music, musicals. The way it's done, it's done in a way to keep you like captivated and staring at it, especially with like the slow songs that, it's like things going on, fireworks in the background. No, it's just him sitting down with his guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, like
so an intimate acoustic performance on screen. Yeah, that doesn't translate.
Yeah, but there's a song that they keep bringing back, and I actually really do like in some of the ways that they like some of the scenes that they bring that song back in. I'm like, I really like the way they did it there, because there's a really cute moment. I can't wait for you to watch it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, mainly because I know that, because like I said, this is one that you could actually watch with your daughter.
Yes, I think she would. Her keeping up with the subtitles is going to be a little difficult, so I may have to find a dubbed one for her. But
dubbed? Girl, we don't dub Thai BLs. What are you talking about?
I'm going to have to like sit there and do it for her. I'm going to speed read out loud for her. I'm going to have to watch it and then break it down.
This is for her to practice her reading.
This girl reads. So she finished, let's see, today... After we did our stuff, she came home and she read two complete mangas and a graphic novel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, sweetheart, I'm gonna need you to like slow down and actually process. And she's like, oh wait, did I cry? Ma'am, I can't. How did you move on from the heartbreak of that character? Like,
so quickly.
Right. And she was like, it's just a book, Mom. I mean, it's a really good book. This is also coming from the child whose room is now decorated in Heartstopper. So... She's drawing little leaves on her Converse. So, yeah.
I think this will be great practice for her to learn to speed read. Great show. All that stuff. So, out of all of these, which one are you most excited to get started on?
Well, I really want to finish Ken Porsche. Really, I like that one. It hooked me. I loved, as horrible as it's going to sound, I loved the 50 Shades of Grey line. So,
no, that was from the old trailer.
No, I know, but like I love the 50 Shades of Grey series. Yeah. Yes, and so this it kind of like it's completely different, but it does have that air about it. So I'm really excited. And then Bad Buddy.
Yes, and I really want you to watch My Love Mix-Up as well, because I know she will love it. Yeah, she's gonna love that. That's gonna be like the cutest, most fun thing for her.
Right, and then just Unforgotten Night just keeps bugging me. Honestly, that it's just...
What, like first episode just to see what it's like?
Yeah. I want to be like, look, is this really as bad as I'm feeling that it might be? Or is this just somebody really messed up your trailer?
So someone who... I don't know if the series is currently still going on. It might still be going on, or it might be over. But someone was reviewing it while it was going on, and they called it Skin Porsche. So I think that tells us everything.
It tells us everything we need to know. So the trailer was accurate. Okay.
Yes. I was like, do I even waste my time? All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Time for BL, or should I say this episode of Bored Housewives Watch.
Yeah.
I'm with my friend Wilde. Do you want to say anything before we go, Wilde?
Thank you so much for having me. And now I get to, watch tons of BL.
Yeah, tons and tons of BL. And the funny part is this doesn't even scratch the surface of things that came out this year, because I only mentioned 2 things that came out this year and one that started last year and finished this year.
Yeah,
so this isn't
I have a lot to catch up on.
So much. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, whatever it is, wherever you are.